and that is architect Godrich Samuel. He will be accompanied by Miss Himaya Pereira and Miss Sangavi Thomas. And before the presentation begins, I would like to give a brief introduction about architect Godrich Samuel. Architect Godrich Samuel became a corporate member of the Sri Lanka Institute of Architects in the year 1992 and was elected as a fellow member in 2003. His practice began in his living room with a single draftsman in 1992, and today the practice has its own design studio in central Colombo and has won multiple awards across the years. Mmgs Architects comprises of young and energetic architects experimenting with creative solutions for clients. Each project is a celebration of innovation, a work of joy, and a worthy addition to contemporary Sri Lankan architecture. Architect Godrich Samuel is known for his distinctive style of architecture, modern, minimalistic, tropical, and sustainable. Architect Godrich Samuel, over to you.
Okay, good evening. Today I am going to present, actually the title of our presentation is Built and Unbuilt. The two projects we are going to show, one is Built. It's a church in Niagama. It's an Anglican church serving a small Christian community in that area, and it's a low cost, simple structure. That this project will be presented by Sangavi. The second project is an unbuilt project. It's a winning entry of a design competition organized by the Sri Lanka Institute of Architects in 2012. The competition was among architects to design a bridge, pedestrian overhead bridge connecting Bambalapitiya railway station and going over Marine Drive, Station Road, Gaul Road, and coming in front of, ending in front of the market, Bambalapitiya market. This was proposed mainly to ease the traffic congestion. And what we decided was it's not only a bridge; it was a space for hangouts, for the and small shops and then the design derived from the activities around that area, because that Unity Plaza is full of IT related activities. So we created a digital circuit as our design theme. It went up to tender, and beyond tender we almost awarded the contract, but the change of government in 2015, the minister, the new minister didn't want to continue this project. Although the money was available, it was a World Bank funded project. Finally, the project was abandoned. So that project will be presented by Himaya. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sangavi Thomas. Today I'll be presenting the Church of Good Shepherd, Niagama. The Church of Good Shepherd, Niagama is it's an Anglican church. It belongs to the Church of Ceylon, Diocese of Colombo. It is situated in Niagama, 17 kilometers from Alpitiya town. That's in the down south of our country. It's predominantly a Buddhist area in which Christians are a minority. Basically, it's a low-cost church in which the neighboring community is a tea plantation community. and the neighbors are basically from the Niagara village itself. That was the old church in which a missionary couple from India came down to serve the spiritual needs of the tea plantation community. And these are some of the images of how it used to be. The building basically was falling apart, in which there were cracks on the walls and leaks on the roof, and that necessitated a new structure, a larger expanded structure for the growing population. This is the planning of it. Basically, we try to design a simple form to resemble the simple lifestyle of the community. It envelopes a nave, a central nave that you see in the middle, and an altar, a curved altar, and a pantry and a vestry. So the nave in the middle overlooks two landscape platforms, which has cross ventilation in the middle, and has an existing nursery and an existing mission house. None of the trees and the vegetation were cut down. It was maintained as it was. And a simple gable structure, as you see, was designed with steel web and exposed bricks. Along with that, colored asbestos roofing sheets were used. Basically, in church architecture, we see a central volume being as high. But in this case, we try to lower down the roof to a human scale so that the villages were to resemble the humble origin of the villages and to give some sort of a village character. That's why the roofs were brought down to a human scale. And this is a view towards the church. So you can see the central openings opens outwards towards this greenery that you can see. That's greenery, it's called lily Irish flowers. It's a yellow flowers to bring liveliness into the church. Cement grills on top for cross ventilation has been used to let the hot air out. So basically when the church is closed up, still it is ventilated throughout. And the altar is in the middle. This is when the church is lit up. The church, when there's natural and artificial lighting, how the church appears is basically depicted in this image. And the altar is being lit up with high intensity warm light. As you can see, the floor is cut cement. And it was basically Putlam cut cement to resemble the moss green effect. It has been cut and polished. And on the right side, you see a mission house. That's a residence of the parish priest. And this is towards, when a person walks towards the altar is basically, it's out of saffron pigmented cut cement. And behind of it, you have on the left side, it's a kitchen. And right side is a vestry. Basically, in a church architecture, you don't get kitchen as a main space or even as a space in the kitchen. But in this case, we had to have a kitchen because the villagers will be coming from a far distance. So to serve them tea or meals, a kitchen was requested. So that's an important part of this design. And on the left side, we have a nursery that caters to village children irrespective of religion. And this is the altar detail. It's, again, as I said, it's saffron pigmented cement cut float finish. And a steel rod has been used for the cross. And the altar was out of concrete, and titanium cut cement has been used. This is when the church is lit up in an evening ambience. It sets the mood for evening prayers. And at the rear, you can see a built-in seat has been used. Because there are elders who will be coming in for them to sit, and the rest of the space in the middle, that is for the general public to sit on, to be seated on the ground. So because this is a village character, it's a village, majority of them would like to sit on the ground in a church, so that's how it is being designed. And this is the side elevation of the church. You can see the lush greenery coming from the Irish blue lilies flowers, and the two solid walls and the glass in the middle. The glass partition in the middle, and the roof has been lowered down to human scale to depict this church. So basically, it's a low-cost church in terms of materiality, or even the local material has been used in that purpose. Thereby, it becomes a less maintained, low-cost church. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.
My name is Himaya, and I'm going to be presenting the digital circuit, Bumblepitia Skywalk. The digital circuit, also known as Bumblepitia Skywalk, is an unbuilt proposal for an overhead pedestrian bridge at the Bumblepitia Junction. This project is roughly of about 1,200 square meters and is a winning entry of a design competition held by SLIA in association with the UDA and the CMC under the Metro Colombo Urban Development Project, and it was funded by the World Bank. The Skywalk also received an honorable mention at the SLIA Design Awards 2023 under the category of unrealized and unbuilt projects. So the bridge connects the Bumblepitia railway station, the Majestic City, Unity Plaza, and the Bumblepitia public market as well. And the railway station and the public market was set to be demolished and rebuilt with international standards. And its primary purpose was to reduce the traffic congestion in order to have a safe and easy pedestrian commute. So from the schematic sections, you can see how the visual axis is shown at different nodes of the bridges. So coming to the design concept, the Skywalk was initially inspired by an electronic circuit board to portray a distinct character of technology and youthfulness. The digital circuit board concept was influenced by Unity Plaza, which is famous for tech goods around the Colombo city area. The experience of walking through a digital circuit is captured by the use of various tech-inspired artwork and lighting effects, as you can see from the varying transparencies of the bridge throughout. So coming to the linkage to the Bumblepitia railway station, the pedestrian bridge has a connection to the Bumblepitia railway station, with it being a crucial point for daily commuters. This linkage brought upon a reconstruction of the Bumblepitia railway station with all new facilities, all modern facilities, and was to be funded by the Cargill's group with a request of having a rooftop to conduct their business activities. So the superstructure was to be made of concrete and structural steel with skins to create a variety of the feel of the bridge at nodes, making it a very practical bridge despite its curious appearance. And the swellings at the nodes are inspired by intersection points that are on a circuit board. And it creates hangout spaces with LED screens, eateries, and other recreational activities. So in contribution to social responsiveness, there are various layers that serve the youth generation, mixed retail-oriented users, and the general commuters along both the Gaul Road and the Station Road. And the connection to the Gaul Road mainly had a steel structure with checkered plate flooring and woven mesh coverings with fiber roofings. And as you see, this is the most iconic sector, with the steel arch being the main element that is painted in red. Moving on to its structural components, specifically the lighting, the naturally diffused light is brought in through the overhead steel mesh, clear glass, and solar panels. The artificial lighting brings a sense of liveliness and a varying appearance to the users of the bridge at night. And the main glass facade connecting the Majestic City shopping mall and the Unity Plaza has a green tint with a stencil cutout replication of the linear element of a circuit board. Moving on to how the bridge would be environmentally sustainable. Solar panels are introduced at both ends of the bridge for electricity generation, and it also acts as an architectural element on the roof. The openings above the solar panels and the roof covering tend to release the stagnated hot air. And in terms of hardscaping, the paving patterns are used along the station road to break the monotony of the bridge and strengthen the activities along the street. And the softscaping consists of planting various types of trees in front of the waterfront of Marine Drive, Gaul Road, and Station Road to demarcate the vehicular and pedestrian movement. So wrapping up, let's take a look at a fly-through to the digital circuit Bumblepitia Skywalk. Thank you.